Welcome to the 3v3 preview night? I'm not sure what to call it. We've got a few teams ready to go. It is going to be a bit slow going tonight as we get going. And I have figured out how to do two cameras at once, but I can't get it into OBS, so it'll have to be a post-processing thing. So here's what's coming up tonight. Chaos March is normally a 30-minute time limit. We're going to have a 15-minute time limit. And there's going to be a tonnage limit. So the teams are going to be 3 players versus 3 players. And it is a best 3 out of 5. And the maps that they play are conversion maps. And if some of these look like Mechwarrior 4, they were inspired by it. Single elimination when we have the bracket tomorrow. Tonight is a semi-round robin to test out some of the features and fix what's broken, hopefully. And special thanks to everybody that's making this possible. I am just at the top, administering, executiving things. But there are a lot of people that you're not going to see that have made a lot of sacrifices to make this possible tonight. So we don't know how many people are going to show up. We don't know how many fights they're going to be. We're going to live stream until things die down. And tomorrow will be the big day. We're going to have at least 8 teams battling. And single elimination tournament bracket. We'll show the bracket in a little bit. After that, teams that have lost and been eliminated will be able to play each other for seeding to get into the 3rd place round championship for 3rd place, runner-up. And there are going to be some matches that only allow certain technology trees. Clan technology only versus clan tech, and Innersphere tech versus Innersphere tech. Of course, there'll be normal mixed tech as usual in there. And we have teams from around 5 different clans, and two of the factions are running multiple teams. And this is called the 3v3. You'll see more into it. I'm going to be doing a lot of things today, wearing a lot of hats. So bear with me as we have some slow parts in the broadcast, as we have some other things. I am slowly working on some really cool stuff for the stream when it comes to presentation. Advanced stuff for what we normally do. But what we can expect tonight are going to be at least some 3v3 matches, and I will most likely be trying to commentate with those with some special guests. Hopefully, definitely tomorrow, we're going to have some guests on the stream helping with color commentary while I do play-by-play, and there are going to be, theoretically at least, multiple streams going, so I'll be sure to link towards some of those. Anyway, I am going to see if the teams are ready to go, and we're going to start battling. And just to show you how much effort has been put into this, you'll notice that there are 12VR hosting and the Chaos team hosting many servers. And so there you go. We are going to be able to run up to 4, pushing it maybe 5 servers at once to keep things moving, which means, unfortunately, even with assuming that my setup works, where we can record 2 servers at once and then splice it in later on into some edited videos, we still won't be able to cover every single match. We're going to have, I suspect, 2 or 3 other live streamers that'll be playing tomorrow, but I'm not sure we're going to be able to cover all 4 matches. I've worked hard to try and line up people to be able to do that, but a lot of the players that would be doing the streaming are playing in the matches as well. So we will do the best we can to try and get you as much video as we can. We will be, when I'm not refereeing, we'll try to bounce around to some different servers and get moving around. So anyway, we have the sound on, which probably is a good thing just for some background noise, and we will be doing edited videos. Last time I took everything I recorded and was able to get things edited, but time to get moving here. So we are going to We've sent out the announcement to the teams that we're ready to start. And I think we will either have 2 teams battle each other or mix up those 2 teams right now. And we will go from there. So welcome. I hope that it is a very interesting night tonight. And that we are able to get 3 or 4 teams battling each other. So, anyway, it's still a bit early. We're starting here at about 4 p.m. Central Time on a Friday, which is a bit of a compromise to try and get some of the Europeans able to participate in the practice night. And we will, I don't know how long the stream is going to be. I will definitely try and keep things entertaining where I can, and we will be moving into combat. So I decided to start the stream on time, but the matches still might be a little bit. So if you're watching this after the fact, might not be a bad idea to fast forward a little bit from here until whenever we're able to start in there. And we will have some fun tonight, but tomorrow is a bit more of the let's get ready to go full power. And if you like what you see, you can drop in on Saturday the 16th at TeamSpeak MWL.MWMaster.net. If that's too long to remember, you can just put in Mechmaster, MEKmaster.com. That'll get you to the same TeamSpeak server, and we can you can show up with 3 people to have a team, or we can put you onto a team as numbers allow, and we're going to have some fun with this. And we are going, this will be the first of 2 or 3 things that we have coming up in the next few months that are outside of Chaos March. And let's see if we're ready to get going. So we'll just start with 1 server, hopefully get 2 teams together, and then start moving around. So right now on the TeamSpeak, we can, I don't know why I'm advertising the 3v3 when we're already here. We've been working on this for a month, so we have put in some prep. It's not a fly-by-night thing generally, and I doubt you can see that, but I really can't. I really don't want to mess around with resizing that because that window changes all the time. But you can see we have about 10 people on right now, and a full public game server, so hopefully it'll be interesting. But anyway, we're going to pull in and get started now. And I have the YouTube chat up, so if anybody joins us later watching, I will try to keep an eye on that. And I will try to do what I can for presentation. I do not have my notes as much as I'd like, but I do have a, not a script, but I do have some notes, and I have prepared what I'd, at least this opening, for what I'd like to talk about. I was going to do a pre-game and a post-game analysis today, but given that, I don't think we're going to have the full thing. But do look for some features put in. So we'll see what we can do. We're still learning with this, but it'll be interesting. So anyway, welcome. Sit back, have some fun, and we will try to get moving with some fights.
Channel switched.
All right, just a forewarning, I do have the live stream active.
Okay.
All right.
Not too early.
We have parts of 2 teams and 2 full teams. Yeah.
Channel switched.
Okay, so we need teams to be able to fight each other. I see 2. Well, you might get that pre-game show afterwards, because I just noticed that the players are... Figured out how to zoom this last time. How do I... Somehow I zoomed that. No? I give up. That's some confusing stuff. OBS is powerful, but I tell you, there are still some things. All right. Okay, I give up. All right. So, what to expect? Well, let's do some pregame. Let's run down some things. And we have... Actually, there are 3 Clan Jade Falcons that may or may not be available. I should go in and check. Alright, so what can we show? A little early to show the bracket, but... Alright, whatever. Here we go. But you know what? You know what we can do? We can just show... Why don't we just show off the... what we're dealing with here. So, MacMaster sites and the full screen. Okay. So, this is the MacMaster site, and we are, I guess the article is here. Alright. Take that 3v3 off. Okay. So, this is the tournament, and even though I can read it over there, I'm sure you can't read it if you're on a small screen. Okay, so this is the format that we have. We have the 2 games coming up, and so here it is. We're going to walk through this. It's a single elimination bracket with a couple of teams, and wow, some of this is old, but teams show up, and the idea is for a clan to be able to battle with themselves, or a
channel switched,
or a captain to be able to bring them in there. And so most of the teams that have signed up are clans. Clan Jade, Falcon, Smoke Jaguar, Star Adder. We'll show those here in a minute. This is a bit more of the format. We have the maps, and the map that's in the background right now is TSA Hell's Gate. These are conversions of Living Legends maps that were designed for single-player deathmatch that were changed to be able to spawn team deathmatch. And best 3 out of 5. And we don't play all 5. And tonnage limit, so one person does, so that one team doesn't bring out 3 dire wolves and one team brings out 3 solitaires. And some of the matches, like I said earlier, will have pure tech on. So what does that mean? That's a good question. So why don't we show what it is like to have that enabled, because we don't do that in Chaos March. That'll be something interesting. So let's see what that looks like. So we'll take the browser off, and I will head into a match. And just because there's nothing else going on, tempting, I could try to battle myself, but that would all bit while we're doing it. But you'll notice that in my menu, if I've done it correctly, that I don't have access to everything that's in Living Legends. So here, right here, we have Inner Sphere Tech only. So in this one, in this setting, this is all you can use. So the server took away all the clan stuff, which enough of these matches do start getting a bit repetitive in terms of what you'll see out there on the field. So we change it up a bit. Instead of using battle value, threat value, which can get a bit complicated and requires the use of a drop calc, we start coming in here and battling. And so in this particular case, I can't use a Mad Cat, but I might be able to use a Thanatos. By the way, that Thanatos Delta, very nice piece of equipment. So anyways, teams get ready to battle, and we're starting to see a few more people on TeamSpeak. We will go back now. So let's see. Each server is going to have a referee, so normally it's me out there making sure that the games follow the rules, and we'll be using standard Chaos March rules. So there's a basic rule set that everybody out there knows, and when we don't have it written down explicitly what it is, those rules stand there. And then we have a 15-minute time limit, and running 4 servers at once with multiple referees. Hopefully keeps things moving. So anyway, that's where we're at, and that is what it looks like. So, and that is a rare look at the Mechmaster site. In case you're ever so inclined to join us in Living Legends and want to know how to play, how to play at the Mechmaster.com website, we'll show you what it is, and maybe even just give you some, if you're curious about all those fights that we do, there's some background in that, and we even have a promotional video that maybe we'll get to in a little bit. And kind of proud of this, but we also have, thanks to the help of some of our friends, we also do have a star map. And just a quick 5 seconds, when we play Chaos March, all those fights that we do, it's for a planet. And red team, purple team, blue team, green team, and then and there's actually been, like, for example, the purple team getting its butt kicked by the green team. And but anyway. So that's out there. That's the Mechmaster site, and then we have the team speak and a few other things that we do. But for the first time tonight, I'm going to give you a sneak preview of the first stage of the bracket that we have saved up here on Challenge. And as always, trying to zoom this in and be able to see everything is always a bit of a challenge. Well, I just can't get that. Is that everything? That's everything. Okay. This is going to change before tomorrow, most likely. Dropped frames. I would be dropping frames. I don't know. I'll just cut the recording. Huh. Well, definitely have to fix that before tomorrow. So, we have... I'll probably start with the sign-up sheet. Spreadsheet, and I have no way to make this any bigger. So, maybe the spreadsheet isn't the best thing to use. For now, I will announce the teams. Why don't we announce the teams? And if you can't read it, I apologize. I still learning how to do the on-the-fly Zoom feature on OBS. Stone Mask, these first 3 teams are from Star Adder, and we'll get into some details when we do announcing later. Star Adder has 3 teams. Their first team, Carbonell, Evan, 20K, Domkek, known as Stone Mask. Their second team, Stand Arrow, Glarg, Nikomimi, and Daenerys Walker. Their third team, the Assault Snakes, their latest entry, Kazi, Scrub God, and a third pilot. And we have Bear and his minions, Bear and Firehound and Ouch, I think are that team. Jade Falcon Guards, this is the first of 2 teams from Clan Jade Falcon and Living Legends. The Jade Falcon Guards, Liko, Direwolf, and Dracuba. Then their second team, the first Falcon Jaegers, Tigrix, Jamuk, and a player to be named later. Clan Cloud Cobra, Vladimir Telnov, Judah Hardin, and a player to be named later. From my unit, the Smoke Jaguars, SJ, the Smoke Jaguar Beta Galaxy, Proxima Kids and Worth, Rook Zero. We had a team that signed up, but I don't know what happened there. And then we had the final team so far, and a late entry. The 12th Vegan Ranger, Concrete Crushers, Rick Hunter, Schlopper, and Hiroshima. Those are the teams. And then going back to the bracket, we have in our play-in round, if we end up having 9 teams, we have 12th VR versus Baron and his minions. And then the winner of that plays Star Adder Stand Arrow. Then in the second quarterfinal, we have Star Adder Assault Snakes versus Smoke Jaguar Beta Galaxy. In the third quarterfinal, we have Jade Falcon Guards versus Star Adder Stone Mask. And in the final quarterfinal, we have the first Falcon Jaegers against the Clan Cloud Cobra. We'll try to stick to that as much as we can, but that very well could change before tomorrow night. We are getting ready to start. I'm waiting for enough teams to get in so that we can get moving. And that is about as much of a preview as I think that we're going to get, because we could get really technical and get into drop calculators, but I don't think that we have to worry about it. The whole point of this event is to not need drop calculator. Wonderful tool, very fun, but something that requires training if we really want to put that anywhere. So anyway, that is the 3v3 sign up, and then we have the live stream, and then I have no idea how to add a link to this. This is from last time, so this is edited. 2.5 straight hours of video that I just put in the chat. That is 2.5 hours of no breaks. That is the full tournament that I was able to record last time, and then good luck trying to read this stuff again, but I think this is the same as before, and then we just have a bunch of server settings and maps. And then the only other thing that I wish I could show off, but I don't know, the Mechmaster site has this, is the tonnage limits and the... Should be able to read that. I probably shouldn't have this in the editor, but what are you going to do? Tonight we're going to try Hell's Gate, Glory, Jungle Vista, Forest Valley, and we're going to work from 105 ton limit to 210, 255, 160, and we're going to do all, no mixed tech tonight. We're going to try and do all regular stuff, and then tomorrow, the actual bracket, there's your sneak peek of the... Probably should click view post, frankly. There is your sneak peek of the tonnages for tomorrow. So if you're watching this later, before Friday, we will be sticking to this. And so you'll see that there is only, in the first 2 rounds, there is only all mixed tech except for 1 map. And then the championship round and the 3rd place round, there is 2 matches of there. So not too bad. 105 tons, you're using all lights. 160 tons, you're using a couple heavies and a medium maybe. And then you get up to the 210, you're using heavies, maybe an assault. And then you get up to the 255. You're able to use most of the stuff available. All ground assets available. Battle armor limited to 1 APC per round, so you're not going to see a lot of infantry in this fight. And of course, that means no aerospace because the maps don't support it. We've had 2 aerospace tournaments before, but it requires not a lot of people fly, and it requires a lot of work. So anyway, the thing that we didn't get around to doing, unfortunately, is setting it up so that the servers need to set up the server rotation. It's set up for tonight, mostly. Anyway, teams are probably wondering why we haven't started, so here we go.
Channel switched. Alright,
as teams are ready, I've created channels for them to hang out. I'll announce what we're doing, and then as soon as teams start showing up and we're ready to go, we'll have our start having our round robin tonight.
Channel switched.
All right, so as teams are ready, they'll just report into their team channels, and we'll start doing the round robin rounds. It's still going to be a little bit because I think we're still basically this one team here and then fragments of others.
Rookie's not back yet.
Yep.
So until he's back, we're not gonna play.
Duelist, are we doing bracket at any point today, or
optionally? If team captains decide that they want to do their first round bracket, so long as there's another team that also is ready to go, we can do bracket. Otherwise, tonight is going to be setting up possibly some seeding and just practicing to practice matches to have fun. Work through all of the bugs so that we fix them before tomorrow. So the majority of the bracket tomorrow, but if teams are ready to go tonight, we can have the first round of the bracket for those teams that are ready. Alright.
Channel switched.
Alright, so as teams are ready, we've got our created channels for them up there. Tonight is not going to be the bracket. It's going to be practice matches and maybe working on some round robin seeding for seeds for tomorrow. But if teams are ready and they say my team's ready, we'd like to play the first round of the bracket. So long as they have an opponent team that is also ready to go, we can do bracket there. But we're just waiting for teams to slowly fill in. At the moment, we have four teams around, but only one team's actually got all their pilots in, so that's kind of what we're waiting on at the moment.
Yeah, I unfortunately right now I have kind of bad timing with my real life stuff. I'm stuck cooking, and then after I'm done with that, I've got to run a quick errand, but hopefully by like 45 minutes or so I should be ready to play.
Okay.
If there's 3 or more Jade Falcons here, then they have my blessing to just go ahead and play some friendlies.
Yep.
Test the format and everything. That's what we're here for. So.
All right.
I think Jambook is here, and Dyer said he'll be in a while.
Yeah, once Direwolf arrives, I guess you guys can do some practice.
Okay. Well, sounds good.
Channel switched.
Yeah, kind of makes it borderline unusable.
Channel switched. Channel switched.
So, shoutcasting, when there's nothing to shout, I would battle some things, but we have the full server, so I'm trying to think of things to, I'm running deep into my notes in the planned pregame features. And we set as late of a time as we could to still let people be able to participate tonight. But here's what we're going to do for entertainment purposes, if I can get this to work. I have 2 computers set up. I can only physically access one at a time. So what I'm going to do is, we're going to do a test here using Steam's home connection. And I am going to somehow miraculously attempt to spawn in a mech using a tablet that is connected to the Steam streaming, and then do a battle to test video angles. And where this should be interesting for everybody else is to see just how bad or good the enemy mech can return fire against the Mechmaster mech. So, let me plug in all this, get that to work, and then we need the mouse control. This is going to be insane. So we go, which side are we on here? We're on clans, so we go Inner Sphere team, and I am literally, I wish I could show you this, but I'm literally using a touchscreen right now, along with some other stuff. I'm using like 4 different controllers to be able to access this. And yes, I should be using a wireless keyboard and mouse, and in fact that makes a lot more sense. But I am actually, okay, so I am spawned in now. Once I'm in the mech, I'm fine, because then I have the Xbox controller to actually get some things. In fact, if I was smart, I would have used a hovercraft here. But let's start out with a good selection. So let's say, oh screw it, let's just go with the big bad boy 100-tonner. So remember, I only have access to Inner Sphere technology, and since it's a 1v1 fight, I have to pick something that's going to fight well on this cold map. These maps are not very big. TSA Jungle is pretty decently sized. So you can get away with some LRMs and jump sniping and these type of things. Forest Valley, also, you're kidding me. Okay, okay, keyboard, Xbox controller. Okay. So I am attempting to get into my mech, but the problem is, all right, let's try this again. This would be so interesting being able to watch. All right, so I'm in my mech. There's an enemy mech on the field, and they allow us ammo reload. That's interesting. This thing never had ammo reload. So I need to figure out if I can get this thing to move, and I need to figure out which button fires something. Alright, so that fires that. These controls are asininely crazy. Okay, at least that's the buy menu. So why don't the trigger buttons fire anything? Alright, well, luckily cold map. Okay, so cheating a bit. Okay, alright. This is going to be insane if this works whatsoever. So keeping an eye on the team speak. Teams are still reporting in. Kind of knew that it would be like that. So let's pretend that I don't know the mech that the enemy is in. I just know that it's 100 tons, and we're going to pick the 7th mech that I see out of the 100 tonners that are available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This might actually win. Alright, so what are we doing? We're killing time, frankly, and waiting for a public server to open. I am trying to partially also make sure that the 3v3 server that we're on is ready to go. I just realized I have a bit of a problem that I only have 2 hands, and I need to be able to operate 2 of these things. So if I use this mech here, if I use the enemy mech, okay, the enemy mech is now pulling out of the hangar. If I maybe just only use the keyboard, I might be able to get this to work. So right now, what am I doing? I'm literally fighting myself, or at least attempting to. So I am using, in one hand, I am using an Xbox controller with all of the weapons on the only fire button that seems to work in my setup. And in the Mechmaster stream, I am using my other hand on the keyboard. So don't expect any miracles here. This is like trying, these are 2 drunk mech pilots shooting at each other. So we'll be lucky if we hit anything. In fact, my goodness, for a locked reticle. Now, what's interesting about this is that I can actually see what I am doing on the tablet. It's not as nice of you. Okay, there we are. Okay, so we're going to have to cheat here a little bit because I damaged. This is stupid. Oh my goodness, this is difficult stuff, folks. I just realized that it is a bit hard to even see, and what I'm doing to keep it somewhat fair is basically allowing each mech to fire 1 salvo, so it's a bit turn-based. Oh, that was a nasty hit. Oh, those LBX 20s and 10s are nasty. Okay, now if they stand 5 feet away, now I'm actually sort of battling myself. I'm just trying to keep the aim on the damn mechs. Right torso damaged. Okay, let's never do that again. But that allows me to know that I can control. Now I can control 2 streams at once because I can just follow a mech in, follow a mech elsewhere. But hopefully that was entertaining, because I am not sure that has ever been done in the history of Mechwarrior Living Legends. We just literally had a mech fight itself. I have to say, I had fun with it. It was fun shooting myself with the mech, and I was able to get out there, but frankly, Fafnir had a bit of a harder time aiming because I decided to get a bit cute with that. But that's that definitely is getting its own highlight video later, because as stupid as that was, it was also very, very interesting, at least on my end. So, all right. Well, it's been half an hour. I'd like to get some 3v3s going, because we're gonna start losing some people. Way too long. This is always tricky. We're always not holding events on Fridays very often, because it's tricky getting teams in. So what I think we're gonna do is just start mixing teams together. Have the SJs play together with the Falcons or something. Have them take on SA or something. But we need 2 teams put together. And yes, I was overheating, but keep in mind that I had everything in one weapons group on one mech. I should have put it in chain fire, frankly, but Fafnirs are hard to turn. Fafnirs are hard to turn enough when you're using a gaming computer, but when you start actually trying to use a stream to a tablet, things get just bonkers. And you can see that my Atlas barely survived that. Another hit to the... had actually been able to aim. But that was 2 LBX 10s and 2 LBX 20s that are just deadly when they get really close. The Thunderbolts and large pulse lasers that I was using on the Atlas are pretty good, but they need to be used from range for best effect. But there you go. There's an example of how this will be different than the Chaos March, because had I had access to clan technology, there would be no way in heck I would have been using either of those mechs. It would have been Dire Wolf and Dire Wolf only. Right.
Channel switched.
Architect, I challenge you to a 1v1 duel. Do you accept?
Sure.
All right.
Channel switched. User was moved to your channel.
Alright, Architect. Password to the server is, as always, the same. 12345.
Sure. Let me sell this really quick. Well, let me just hop out. Which server?
3v3 number 1. Get something going for the live stream here. Oh, yep. On the live stream, by the way, but I don't think anybody's watching yet. Oh, still nobody watching. Okay, you name the terms. I challenge you to a 1v1 battle. What are the terms? What are the asset restrictions, if anything?
Let's try and just go for lakes.
Alright, 35 tons on under. I'm capable of doing that.
Assembly in
8.5 tons of armor. That is just not fair on a light mech. That is a lot of armor. Look at that, 60 frames a second. Nice and smooth for all of 30 seconds. Alright. It's something going. We are going to start this 3v3 after this 1v1 fight. I am just going to slap together some teams and get moving so that we are able to do this and do it well. My announcing voice. I'm trying to split a little bit between my normal voice and the really crazy, heavy-duty, loud, obnoxious announcing voice so that I don't burn it out during the next 10 hours of battles that we have. So, an update on TeamSpeak, we have 9 people. That's pushing it. So, we had 12 ready to go. Something to note that we should have just mixed the teams and gone. Alright, are you ready?
Yeah, just a sec.
Alright. Now, should I use the Xbox controller instead of the keyboard and the mouse? That would be interesting. Frankly, there is a scenario tonight in which we don't do anything, which would really be bad. Still early though, and most of the pilots in the event are stateside on the side of the Atlantic, so we get some things going, but it's a bit split up. Don't want to wait much longer.
Yep, built up. Ready.
Alright, let's go. You will fear my battle pod. You want to team up in some mercenary 3v3s tonight?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably going to be the only way we get a second SJ team.
Depends on whether or not Joey wants to do anything tomorrow, because Red can only make it early, and I don't think we're going to be starting anywhere near early enough for him.
Goodbye.
Last I heard, Kisden was going to boycott the whole thing because battle armor is allowed.
That would be news to me. The battle armor are 1 time per round, so if somebody takes BA, you can just kill the other 2 things. Hopefully, theoretically. No, we've done the 3v3. This will be the 3rd or 4th 3v3 tournament, and BA usually only ever come into play during the championship round when teams are really out of stuff. Otherwise, it's a really risky thing. Architect chose a 25-ton tank that does not have the armor rolled up. I'm able to get shots on it while
Nice.
Alright. 8.5 tons of armor on this Cougar, and you took it down to 50% with a Mithras. That's not bad. Alright.
That Mithras apparently has the highest damage per second of all the starters. Even more than the Harasser G. And it's my favorite thing hopping in when all the vets are in their Harasser Gs and just melting them.
What we're going to try and do now is I'm going to try and get some mercenary teams together and see if we can get this 3v3 practice night on its way. Alright, thanks for the 1v1 Architect. I needed the warm-up.
I've got a captive merc who I can vouch for. The Vlad, I can't remember his full name, Vlad something, Cloud Cobra. He said he's looking for an extra, or his normal clan isn't going to be able to play, but he still wants to hop in and he's willing to sport SJ colors.
3v3. Let's see which team they've got. They've got... Actually, there's a pilot available down there. I don't know. I'll give it some consideration tomorrow. I just worry that I'll be busy with running things so much. But if we get the opportunity, I'll let you know. We'll see if we can start one. But tonight we can definitely do something. I'll figure it out. But all right, I'm gonna move us up to the looking for a team channel.
Could you put me back in the? Is that the one where the rest of the SJ is?
Yep.
Thanks.
Channel
Antichrist?
switched.
Idolist.
User was moved to your
I
channel.
hope you did kick Architect's ass.
I'm going to attempt to put together some merc teams just to get this thing rolling. All right.
I don't know about that.
Channel switched.
Nico, Dracuba, 1, 2, Daenerys. Alright.
Channel switched.
Hi. Nope. Well, folks, I think we might have to call it on Sunshine. We just do not have enough players, even for mercenaries. I am not getting any responses, so let's hope this doesn't happen tomorrow, because if it does, a lot of planning and a lot of fun is going to be left on the side. Alright. Well, folks, I'm going to see if I can find some more content for you, but if not, I think we might just end up having to end this live stream early and just call it a preview of the setup and administration of the event, because I think we might have started just a bit early here. We'll still get this going if we can, but I'm starting to have my doubts if we're going to play tonight, and this really worries me for tomorrow. Well, we'll see what happens. Alright, I am going to move us back down to that channel on the team screen, and let's take a look at the current player stats. Yep, as I feared, I think that we're just about done for tonight. Well, folks, you can't win them all. But at least we identified our #1 problem. Nobody's showing up. Alright. Well, I'll check back in a little while and see if we have something going, but I have run out of ideas for how to entertain everybody and have something worth showing in the video. So, alright, well, what we'll do is I will see if I can find some room on the public server. I cannot, so there's nothing to watch. Alright, we are going to take a few-minute break. And I hate live streaming dead air, but frankly, what happened to this? Wow. And it's backwards. Okay. Whew. Alright, viewers. I have been talking non-stop for 45 straight minutes, and I still, hopefully, have an event to run tonight. So we are going to reset, get our energy together, and, well, see what happens, because it is dead right now. So frankly, it's better to look at the mechs than the splash screen, though. So, alright, viewers, we're going to take a few-minute break, and let me get some water and some food so that I do not get hoarse. I wonder if that's a delicacy somewhere. In the meantime, if I can figure out how to zoom in on that. I can't. Oh well, throw that up there for now. Alright, we're not going to give up. We'll live stream it if we have to. We'll just go to some public games, but I need a break. So, see you in a few minutes.
See you soon.
All right, viewers, I have gone and checked the situation, and it is not good. So we are going to end the live stream early, and if I get it going, we'll fire it back up. I have every intention of playing tonight, but so far we just don't have a turnout, and I don't think the pilots are interested in mixing up the teams. So we will, at a worst case scenario, do something tomorrow, but I just hope that everything turns out, because this 3v3 thing is a lot of fun when we're able to do it properly, and we're ready. We just have to figure out where all the teams are. All right, folks. Hopefully some of it was interesting, and we'll take it from there. But we're going to wrap that up for now. I am going to be on standby, and if we actually get 2 teams, we will jump right back in. But for now, I've shown you everything that I can. So, on my way out, I'm going to take this mech and see if we can kill it. I don't think I can actually do that. Anyway, as things heat up here in the 3v3, we wonder where and when we will play. So, that's going to do it for the pre-game show, what little bit that we were able to do. And it's a negative 140 degrees. I can't overheat this mech, so there's a battle pod fire, and we're going to call it there. Thank you very much for watching, and if you watch this later, hopefully you skipped around, because there wasn't a whole lot to it. Alright, folks, we'll try again. It's 5 o'clock Central right now. We'll try again at 7. But, yep. Alright. See you on the other side, folks.